Good morning, everybody. It is I, Sheridan Darrow, Daniel Cademan, Ginger Star Wars nerd, Star Wars fanboy, 1999, because that's the year I was born. And Phantom Menace came out. So I came up with this idea. Obviously, we've all been disappointed by Disney for they've been doing Star Wars. I mean, some of it kind of is good, some of it's okay, some of it's just rubbish. There are a few things I think Disney should put on there that they're made before by Lucas that might help. One, I think they should have the making of Star Wars, the documentary, because they never put that on physical media except for a VHS before Disney bought it, or the stars of Star Wars, interviews from the original trilogy, The Phantom Menace, and the special edition from 1999 that was not official by Fox or Lucasfilm. So those would be two interesting things to put on Disney Plus as a streaming thing. Another thing that was streaming that all Star Wars fans would love is the original uncut original trilogy. Han shoots first, no CGI, no added scenes, no, all original. Those are a few ideas that I think would work to help make Star Wars. Go back to the old stuff. Another thing that I think makes Star Wars better is getting better directors and making better storylines. Because I heard from a friend Kathleen Kennedy was fired. Hopefully she was. Because she ain't doing too well. A lot of stuff. What other thing I could do? Another Star Wars idea I think would be a good idea is instead of sticking to the Skywalker saga, Skywalker storyline, I know they're the main part of Star Wars, they're the main focus, but we need some other ideas. Stick to the old Republic, like the very beginning of the Jedi. From when they didn't have the Kyber crystal and the lightsaber, and it was powered, like charged in, and Jedi with blasters, and the history of the Empire, the history of those books they have, or the storyline of Darth Plagueis. Focus on the expanded universe and Legends and other shows for canon and other things that they haven't mentioned and cover things and try to make better story writing. One idea is they have never made a live action of Asajj Ventress, and I think a live action of Asajj Ventress would do well. They just need to pick the right actress. And a Darth Revan for a Knights of the Old Republic would be a good idea. They just got to pick the right actor. Because everyone loves Revan. Because as we all know, Star Wars fans, the Old Republic era compared to the Jedi of the prequel era, that they were, in general, far more powerful. Same thing with most of the Sith. Or maybe also doing twists like side stories of maybe Yoda, maybe Maul, like his upbringing, or heck, even Grievous. Everyone loves Grievous because he was so powerful in the Clone Wars the cartoon, both versions. And then he was kind of disappointing in Revenge of the Sith, but an idea for him would be a good idea. Maybe Mace Windu, maybe a lot of good characters to have a spin-off. So there's a lot of good ideas that would make Star Wars into a better place. The problem with Star Wars right now is oversaturation. They should start releasing one show a year. They work on it, and what's best for business. Not make more shows that don't add to the story, that are just oversaturated. We need to bring back passion. We need to bring back love and the dignity and the devotion to the fan base. I mean, People probably have heard of this when in The Mandalorian, when they were running out of stormtroopers, the 501st Legion, the elite cosplay group, stepped in to have more stormtroopers. Star Wars may be dying from Disney, but the fans who really love it, the non-toxic fans like me, want to help. And if we can do things to make Star Wars a better place, to make it a better place for more and more people to enjoy it, and have less toxicity in the fandom, that would help. I love Star Wars. Some things I like more than others, and some things I don't like that much, but I don't hate on people for liking it. Examples. I saw all the sequels in the theaters, the early showing. I liked it at first. I'm like, yeah, I'm disappointed. I didn't think it was god awful, but the prequels and definitely the originals, especially the uncut version, which you can find on VHS or that limited DVD release, heck, even bootleg Blu-rays. But they had stuck, even if Disney took it or George Lucas did it, if they had stuck to George Lucas's original idea for the sequel trilogy, it would have been much better. With Darth Maul and Talon, that would have worked a lot better. And the Acolyte, don't even get me started on that. I thought the concept was cool, and one of the reasons why people don't like it, not because, certain things I can't say, don't want to offend certain people, it made no sense. 100 years before Phantom Menace, Ki-Adi-Mundi was in the show saying, the Sith have been extinct from Millennium, and yet the Sith are coming back right in there with Darth Plagueis and the Stranger, and also who trained, the whole thing of Darth Plagueis, blah, blah, blah. And that made no sense. Plus the characters, plus just poor writing, plus things that didn't make sense. It was slop. I thought it was cool at first. I'm like, it's slop. The only thing really cool was that it had some decent action-packed lightsaber fighting, and had the guy who was in Squid Games was in Soul, and also the Stranger had a pretty cool mask, and it's pretty cool to see how he broke the technique that Jedi and Sith for him to do. Turn lights on and off. He didn't care, but the story writing was just sloppy. And it was just sloppy. And speaking of the sequel trilogy, there's been things that the sequel trilogy was so bad, not only did it make the prequels look good, it made the holiday special look good. For everyone who's seen the holiday special, you know how bad it is. I have a bootleg transfer on the DVD, and you can find it on YouTube or Internet Archive. I didn't think it was that bad. I thought it was actually kind of funny. It's so bad, it's good. I thought it was funny. But the thing is, even though as bad as the holiday special was, it introduced us to Boba Fett. So we got a concept of who he was before The Empire Strikes Back. Because I actually met Jeremy Bulloch at Rochester Comic Con in 2017. And the funny thing is, no one was cosplaying as Boba Fett that weekend. Even though the previous year, 2 years beforehand, there was, and the after someone was. Unfortunately, he died in 2020, and he shares my birthday on February 16th. It's kind of sad, but I was going to get an autograph from him. I didn't, but, things move on. But I'm planning on doing a cosplay of Boba Fett from Spirit Halloween, and then next year, when I get more money, I'm going to do more better, not 501st Legion, but better quality from eBay by even though it's made in China, it's still better quality and to get tailor made. It's still not perfect, but better. So it's hard to say. I don't want to be a toxic fan, but Disney, you need to Step up your game. You're making the fans angry. Star Wars has always been toxic. But with Disney, you're making it even more toxic. If we can turn things the way Lucas visioned it, if we could have guys like David Filoni and other guys and more excellent writers and people who actually care about Star Wars, care about the fans, and care their views rather than just writing slop and just writing whatever the heck they want. It's not what they think, it's what the fans think. They want to help, they want to create for themselves, but it's also to help the fans. You can't please everybody. You can't make everyone happy. It's impossible. But you can piss everybody off. That's a piece of cake. All right, I'm out. These are my 2 cents. So, have a good day, everybody, and may the force be with you.